Welcome once again to Witchcraft Unveiled, where folklore, history and the occult come together in shadow and flame. Today's podcast takes us into the life of Joseph Bearcat Wilson, an American serviceman turned mystic, and the founding of a mysterious branch of traditional witchcraft known simply as 1734. So what is 1734? Is it a date, a spell, or a doorway to deeper mysteries? Stay with me and you may find out. Joe Wilson was born in 1942 and served in the US Air Force, but beneath the uniform beat the heart of a seeker. He was part of the early American neo-pagan movement in the 1960s, exploring witchcraft through letters, newsletters and international pen pals. One of these correspondences would change his life, a mysterious British occultist named Robert Cochrane, who we will discuss in a later podcast. In 1965, Wilson reached out to Cochrane and the two began a short but powerful exchange of letters. Cochrane spoke in riddles, wrote in metaphors and taught in mysteries. He shared lore, rituals and concepts that would lay the groundwork for what would become the 1734 tradition. So what does 1734 mean? Joe asked Cochrane this directly. Cochrane replied with a riddle, as he often did. The number was never fully explained. Some say it refers to numerology, others to a cipher, or even to internal symbolic keys used between teacher and student. For Joe, 1734 became a code for a way of working magic, a living tradition rooted in symbol and spirit, not dogma. A number of people on the internet claim to know what it means, but Joe himself told me that it means whatever you want it to mean. So, yet another riddle. The tradition emphasises mystery, poetry, dream work, and initiation through experience, not ritual for ritual's sake. 1734 isn't Wicca, it's not Gardnerian, it's not ceremonial, it's something older feeling, though it was founded in the 20th century. Some of its key features include use of a stang, a forked staff representing the horned god and the world tree. Reverence for the old ones and the ancestors, not framed in strict pantheons. Teaching through symbol and riddle. Students must seek their own understanding. Emphasis on small, personal covens, often with a focus on dream and trance work. Above all, 1734 is a mystery tradition. One must live it, not just study it. In 1966, Robert Cochrane took his own life, leaving Wilson shaken but inspired. Over the coming decades, Joe continued to teach, write and shape the 1734 current, blending Cochrane's teachings with his own insights. He also contributed to other spiritual movements like the Matista system and the Toteg tribe, but 1734 remained his magical heart. Although in his later life he returned to his shamanic roots, which is how I got to meet him online. We corresponded regularly, just as earlier he had corresponded with Roy Bowers. He sadly passed away in 2004, but 1734 survives. Not as a religion of many books or public temples, but as a whispered path, a poetic current that flows through those willing to seek it. Joe once said, "A witch is taught in silence, led by dreams and speaks in riddles." The 1734 traditions remains that kind of path, a puzzle, a poem, a pact. Thanks for joining me today in Witchcraft Unveiled. If you enjoyed this journey, please subscribe and share this episode with a fellow seeker. Tonight I will light a candle for Joe to thank him for his friendship and guidance. Until next time, walk the crooked path with wonder.